Welcome back to the Golden Boot. I'm Faisal.
And I'm Jade. And Friday at this World Cup, was an absolute roller coaster. 4 matches, a historic USA win, Brazil doing what Brazil needed to do, and Scotland. Oh, Scotland.
We are going to dedicate proper time to Scotland today, because what happened at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough is one of the biggest refereeing controversies of this tournament so far. But first, let's go through all 4 results from Friday, June the 19th.
Starting in Group D, United States 2, Australia 0, in Seattle. And the USA are through to the knockout rounds.
Another brilliant performance from the Americans on home soil. Christian Pulisic didn't even start. He was rested, and the USA still won 2-0. That tells you everything about the depth in this squad. A lad called Freeman came off the bench and had an excellent game, rated 7 out of 10 by ESPN's reporters.
The USA are flying. They've won both of their first 2 games. They're top of Group D, on home soil, in front of their own fans, with the backing of the entire country behind them. They are a genuine dark horse for the later rounds of this tournament.
Australia, meanwhile, are in serious trouble. They beat Turkey in their opener, but this loss leaves them needing a result against Paraguay in their final group game. Group D is wide open.
Turkey also lost on Friday, 1-0 to Paraguay in Santa Clara. So Group D is Paraguay and USA through, Australia and Turkey fighting it out. Quite dramatic.
Group C, Brazil 3, Haiti 0. In Philadelphia, Haiti are actually the first team eliminated from this tournament. Their results in both games simply haven't been good enough. Brazil got the job done.
But it wasn't exactly vintage Brazil. 3-0 sounds comfortable, but Brazil were not electric. They did what they needed to do. Haiti defended deep, and Brazil eventually broke them down. Ancelotti will want more from the midfield before the knockout rounds.
Haiti being eliminated first is harsh, but not a surprise. They've been competitive in parts. Remember, they actually led Scotland before losing 1-0 in matchday 1, but ultimately the Gulf in class caught up with them.
And then Group C's other game. And this is the one. Scotland, Morocco, Foxborough. And this one has got everyone in Scottish football absolutely furious this morning.
Scotland 0, Morocco 1. And on the balance of play, on what happened inside that penalty box in the second half, Scotland will feel absolutely robbed. Morocco scored through a set piece, Scotland pushed for an equalizer, and then, clear as day, Scott McTominay was fouled inside the box, and the referee did not give the penalty.
And the VAR didn't step in either, which is arguably worse, because VAR is literally there to catch exactly that sort of thing.
Scotland are now in a really difficult position. 1 point from 2 games. They need to beat Brazil in matchday 3 to have any realistic chance of going through. And we will get deep into that penalty controversy right after this. Right, the Scotland penalty. Let's go through this properly, because I think a lot of people need to understand exactly what happened and why it matters.
So this is second half, Scotland pushing for an equaliser. Scott McTominay, who's been Scotland's best player at this tournament, receives the ball in the Morocco half of the box and he's brought down. Contact to the lower left leg from behind by Neil El Ainawi. No contact with the ball. McTominay goes down.
The referee, Ilgiz Tantashev from Uzbekistan, waves it away. Doesn't give it. Doesn't even give a free kick. And then VAR looks at it and also decides not to recommend a review. The whole thing was just waved off.
And the reaction has been absolutely furious. Not just from Scottish fans, from experts, from former players, from broadcasters.
ITV's expert referee analyst Christina Unkel, and she's a qualified, experienced referee herself. She said, and I'm quoting this directly, "There is a trip up coming from behind that does contact his left lower leg. This is a missed incident for VAR to not recommend that for a penalty. This is a very clear penalty.
A very clear penalty. Those are not the words of someone being dramatic. That is a match official calling out another match official and saying, "You got that badly wrong."
Duncan Ferguson, former Scotland international, knows the game inside out. He was also unambiguous. He said it was a penalty. Said there was a big touch on McTominay and he goes down. No question in his mind.
John McGinn was absolutely adamant in the post-match reaction. He said Scotland should have had that penalty. He wasn't just frustrated. He was certain.
Now, to be fair, there were a couple of voices who disagreed. Roy Keane and Ange Postecoglou on ITV said they didn't think it was a penalty. Ange was actually pretty calm about it, said he felt McTominay went down a bit easily.
But I'll tell you what, when the majority of qualified experts, when a professional referee analyst, when the player himself and his captain are all saying it was a penalty, the burden of proof has been met. You can't hide behind two dissenters when the weight of evidence is overwhelming.
The bigger question for me is the VAR. Tantashev on the pitch, fine, it was a split-second decision, he was at an angle. But VAR had the replay. VAR had multiple angles. VAR had slow motion. And they still didn't send the referee to the monitor. That is a failure of the system.
The Herald Scotland ran the headline, "Scotland denied Stonewall penalty." And that word, Stonewall, is doing a lot of work there. Because Stonewall in football means it's not debatable, it's obvious, it's clear.
Steve Clarke post-match was measured. He said, "We gave them a game, we're sure we can compete at this level." He wasn't going to go nuclear in the press conference, but you could hear the frustration underneath.
And now Scotland have to beat Brazil. In match day 3. To stay alive at their first World Cup in 36 years. That is the situation. That is the mountain they have to climb.
Brazil, who, despite not being vintage, still beat Haiti 3-0 without breaking much of a sweat. This Scotland squad is capable of upsets. McGinn, McTominay, Robertson, these are Premier League quality players. But Brazil are Brazil.
I actually think Scotland will give them a game. I genuinely do. After what happened on Friday, that dressing room will be angry. And angry Scotland teams can be dangerous.
Channel that fury. That is all Steve Clarke needs to say to them. Channel it. Right, transfers. Because Saturday has been absolutely manic on the transfer front, and we need to get through all of it.
Saturday transfer roundup. And there is a lot here. Starting with the biggest one. Leipzig have rejected Liverpool's bid for Jan Diomande.
Liverpool went in at £87 million, and Leipzig said, no. They want £113 million. That is a £26 million gap. That is a significant gap.
Diomande has been absolutely electric at this World Cup for Ivory Coast, and his price is going up every single day he plays. Leipzig know exactly what they have, and they are not selling cheap.
Liverpool will either have to come back with a bigger offer or walk away. For £113 million, Diomande becomes one of the most expensive signings in Premier League history. The question is, does Slot think he's worth it at that level?
Meanwhile, Real Madrid are planning a £130 million bid for Michael Olise. According to The Telegraph, if Florentino Perez wins the presidential election, and he's expected to, Olise is the priority target.
Bayern are trying to get him to sign a new contract to fend off the interest. But when Real Madrid come calling at that kind of money, new contracts have a way of becoming less attractive very quickly.
Liverpool are also in the Olise race, by the way. So if Real Madrid don't move fast enough, Anfield could be the destination.
Man United are looking at Rafael Leao, the AC Milan winger. Portuguese international. Pace, skill, end product. Would be a statement signing from United, and they need statement signings.
Tottenham are entering the chase for Adam Wharton, 22-year-old Crystal Palace midfielder, England international. Spurs have been linked with about 15 different midfielders this summer, and Wharton is now the latest name on the list.
Man City are in a really difficult position. They could lose both Gvardiol and Tijani Reinders this summer. Atletico Madrid are putting together a bid for Reinders. Gvardiol has been wanted by multiple clubs all summer. City might be about to dismantle their squad at pace.
And Bernardo Silva, who we've been tracking all summer, the Times are reporting he now prefers a move to Barcelona over Real Madrid and Atletico. So the free agent situation for Bernardo is getting more interesting by the day.
Newcastle are close to signing Ewan Joan, 20-year-old French goalkeeper from Reims, for £24 million. With Nick Pope potentially gone, they need to sort that position out, and this looks like the move.
Fulham have had a £17 million bid rejected for Chibuike Nwaiwu, Nigerian defender, 22, at Trabzonspor. They'll need to come back with more if they want that one.
Leeds are making moves. They're interested in Shay Charles from Southampton at £20 million and Julian Brandt, who is a free agent after leaving Dortmund. Brandt on a free at Leeds would be a genuinely exciting championship signing.
Barcelona's move for Julian Alvarez has stalled, and apparently Alvarez himself isn't keen on going to Arsenal, who've been linked. So that one might just fizzle out.
Wolves want Che Adams from Torino. Liam Delap could join Fulham if Kieran McKenna takes over there. And Arne Slot, who was sacked by Liverpool, has already rejected the Fulham manager's job. Busy Saturday.
And on that note, that is your episode. Friday's results, the Scotland controversy in full, and everything happening on the transfer front.
We'll be back tomorrow with Sunday's results from Match Day 3, and there are some huge games coming up. Don't miss it. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
And if you're Scottish, chin up. Go and beat Brazil. We believe.
We actually do. See you tomorrow.